All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're doing a quick diagnosis on Chinese EV maker NIO. This stock has been all over the place, right? So if you're holding it or thinking about it, you're probably asking yourself one thing: what's the move? Well, let's figure that out together.
Okay, first things first, the price. As of right now, NIO's sitting at about $5.27. But a price is just a number. It doesn't tell the whole story. Is it a good deal? Is it too expensive? To really get what's going on here, we've got to look under the hood.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with the price. Then we'll check out two key scores to get a feel for the stock's health. After that, we're going to pit the technicals against the fundamentals, get to a final verdict, and then, the most important part, we'll lay out an action plan that works for you no matter your style. All right, let's dive into Section 1, NIO's price today. What is the chart actually telling us at this very moment?
Okay, so the one word you need to know for NIO right now: consolidation. The price isn't really making big moves up or down. It's just hanging out, moving sideways. It's almost like a spring coiling up, just building tension. And the million-dollar question, of course, is which way is it going to pop? And that leads us perfectly into our next section, the two key scores. Think of these as the stock's vital signs, a super quick way to check its health. And here we go. So on one side, you've got the technical score, coming in at a pretty solid 67 out of 100. This is all about the short-term vibe, the price action, the trends. It's kind of like the stock's heartbeat, and right now, it's looking pretty strong. But then, on the other side, you've got the fundamental score, which is a 55. This is the long-term checkup, the company's actual health, its books, its growth potential. It's okay, but you can definitely see that gap. The short-term chart looks a bit more exciting than the long-term business case at the moment. So, why that difference between the two scores? Let's dig into that in Section 3. We're going to get into the weeds of the technicals versus the fundamentals.
Okay, this really breaks it down for us. Look at the left side. That's the technical view, the story the chart is telling. You can see the price is basically bouncing around between two levels: a floor, or what traders call support at 439, and a ceiling, or resistance up at 539. And that pattern, it actually looks pretty bullish. But then you look at the right side, the fundamentals, the company itself, and things are more meh. Moderate growth, fair valuation, the scales are just kind of balanced. So yeah, you can see why the chart story is a little more exciting than the company's financial story right now. All right, so we've got all our data, we've seen the technicals, we've looked at the fundamentals, so now it's time for Section 4. The verdict and the risk. Let's put it all together and figure out what the final call is. This is it, the big question. Based on everything we've just seen, what do we do with NIO? Is it a buy, a sell, a hold? And after crunching all the numbers, the analysis is pointing to one specific signal. And that signal is hold. Yup, it's not a screaming buy, and it's definitely not a panicked sell. It's really all about patience right now. So why a hold? Well, this slide pretty much says it all. Just look at that risk-reward balance. The upside potential? Moderate. The downside risk? Also moderate. It's like a perfectly balanced scale. And when things are this even, there's just no strong reason to jump in or jump out. The smartest play is to just wait and see which way those scales eventually tip. Okay, and this brings us to what's probably the most important part of this whole thing, your investor action plan. Let's take all this info and turn it into something you can actually use. First up, if you're a growth investor, meaning you're in NIO for the long haul, the message here is simple. Hold your position. There's really no big reason to sell right now, but it's also not a screaming signal to buy more either. It's all about waiting for the dust to settle. Now, what if you're a value investor? You're looking for a bargain, right? Well, NIO isn't quite there yet. Its valuation is just fair. It's not cheap. So for you, the move is to keep it on the watch list. Just monitor it and wait for a better entry point. And finally, for the traders out there, your path is actually pretty clear. The stock is just bouncing around in that channel we talked about between support and resistance. So the play is to trade that range until it finally breaks out one way or the other. So no matter which of those camps you're in, here are 4 things you can do, like right now. First, keep a close eye on that $5.39 resistance level. Second, set up some news alerts for any big catalysts. Third, take a look at your position size. Does it still make sense for your portfolio? And fourth, and this is the big one, stick to your plan. Don't let the day-to-day noise throw you off your game. And that really brings us to the most important point of all.
This whole breakdown, it's just a snapshot in time. Real success with investing isn't about getting every single one of these daily moves right. It's about having a solid, long-term